So I'm just looking at the cord of light, and then I'm just diving back into the silence again. And I'm feeling everyone's cord of light waking up and activating. And in this activation, there's still that beautiful first flavor of tenderness that we were working with in the third ventricle and that went down to our hearts. That's still there. And I feel as if it's very important. The tenderness in the cord of light is very important because that tenderness is associated with mother. And we all have our human mothers, and some of us are human mothers. Right? So that's a good thing. But all people coming to Earth to be in their human bodies were here experiencing life in a sequential unfoldment of moments. And so because of that, there is no human mother who necessarily at every point in the child's development knows everything. She doesn't know everything. She can't. We choose to have certain particular family members who have particular strengths or weaknesses so that we can work together in our family construct to promote, again, a broader perspective or a broader vision of the nature of creation. So it's important. Human mother doesn't know everything. I know I'm a human mother. I don't know everything. I don't know what college my daughter's going to end up at. It's just up in the air. We're still waiting to find out. It would be so boring if we knew everything, right? However, healing is on the lap of mother. So we want to connect with that aspect of mother that does know everything. At least knows everything about the physiology and the life, because this isn't just about healing our bodies, it's about healing all aspects of life. We want to connect in with that part of mother that knows everything that needs to be known at any given moment for the being, for the body, for the life, for the family. We're in a time of year that's very auspicious for ancestors. So what we're looking at right now is a healing for the qualities of mother. And the beauty of each one of your ancestral collectives is that you have access to the consciousness of all your mothers, all your grandmothers, great-grandmothers, all of them. And the tenderness is connected directly with the heart of the mother of creation. And the mother of creation does know everything. The heart of mother of creation knows how to heal, how to address the physiology, how the whole being must be addressed at any moment in order to promote highest health and most well-being. And so this tenderness is healing all the mothers, first of all. It's healing all the mothers. And that's in their cord, and I'm seeing it mostly in their cords of light in the upper part of the bodies. I'm asking, can that go into also the lower part of the bodies? Can we address the womb? Can we address the mother parts, all the parts. Waking up the quality of the mother of creation in the whole physiology through the line of mothers, which means we are also working directly with digestion, because mothers carry the mitochondrial DNA and pass the mitochondrial DNA only. Fathers do not contribute mitochondrial DNA. The mitochondria are the essential, they hold the role in the physiology of that essential point in the digestive process where the food literally transforms from being something that you've taken in to being part of the body. The transformation process occurs at the mitochondria. And that ties into healing the inner healer. I'm getting the connection, download coming in. that ties in because the healing process requires a particular amount of energy. For example, if you feel great, then all your energy can be directed towards your activities and everything that you're accomplishing in your life. But if you feel sick, a certain amount of attention needs to go just to dealing with the physiological transformations that are taking place in order to heal. So this part of the process, big surprise to me, I mean, I didn't see it coming, is an upgrade in the raw materials, you could say, in the basic resources of energy that we have as individuals to draw upon to not only heal our physiologies, but also to, if the body's feeling great, to direct towards all aspects of life or anything else. In all directions, expansion of consciousness, healing the healer even more. So it's the tenderness that's doing it. Because as the tenderness is communicating in the cord of light for the mothers, in the core of their bodies. And what I'm seeing for the mothers is kind of an awakening or activation of the 3 Mahamarma points in the physiology. They're receiving the tenderness and they are awakening to their own connections with the mother of creation, as the mother of creation. It's a connection that we've worked on before from other angles, particularly for those of us who are running around in Western physiologies. Because the ancestry at the Western, from the Western perspective, in general, the ancestry has adhered to spiritual beliefs that sold the story of separation to its followers. So this is the story of unity that's coming in viscerally. It's coming directly into the physiology as the birthing or the awakening, the blossoming for the mothers of their innate tendency, their innate ability to live and express that tenderness, which is acting like a thread right now to connect between the individual and the mother of creation. So the mother of creation holds that tenderness in its fullest value. And as that awakens in the physiologies for all the aspects of, for all the mothers in their physiologies, it's helping them slough off what appears to be impressions. And under that beliefs, I'm seeing dramas sloughing off from the physiologies. Dramas like pain bodies and attachments, you know, the tendency to need to have certain types of experiences in order to feel like life is meaningful, and particularly this connection between suffering and evolution. That connection right there is being addressed, and that's being addressed not just in the mothers, but it's being addressed across the board for the fathers too, for the offspring too. That connection, that form, it's like a justification. In this time that we're in this time, the experience of suffering happens. It just happens. It happens from time to time. It happens in different ways. You are really at the switchboard of that happening, but it doesn't always appear to be so. We don't always even notice how it is that we are manifesting for ourselves unhappy happenings. So there comes up a need to justify the suffering on some level. And it's like, well, that was a terrible experience, but this is what I learned, right? We learned something. Well, at least I learned something from the experience. I came out of it stronger, like that. This doesn't make it something to run after. It does not make it something to cultivate. Healing the inner healer means it means adopting ways, let's say that, adopting ways of promoting evolution, development of consciousness, expansion of your healing capacity, which is intimately linked to the expansion of consciousness, because this is all about eliminating the ignorance that stops the body from knowing its true power and its true ability to promote evolutionary transformation. This is coming in as a download. Downloads. Oh, okay. So here's the thing about downloads of information. It's one thing to get a huge amount of information. Somebody passes you a book. Oh, oh no, I just have this book. I thought I had this other book on statistics up here for a while. Somebody gives you a book. Here's a book. It's full of information. You're like, oh, great. Now what do I do with all this information? It's too much information, right? It takes time. It takes time to read every little page and understand every detail. So integration is required. So what I'm seeing happening is a bunch of things are happening all at once. Okay, I'm going to try to say them to you best that I can, everybody. So first of all, the connection of the mothers and of us to the source of creation, and that ability that's opening up through the cord of light, this healing that occurred for the cord of light, makes the connection to the source of creation all the more complete and accessible and frictionless, natural, spontaneous. Balance. Balance is the nature of being. It's one of the aspects of the nature of being. The physicists tell us that the unified field is a field of supersymmetry. It's like perfectly balanced. And in order for the material level to come out, we have to break the symmetry a little bit. That's why it comes out different colors in different places. Everything's different because the symmetry is broken. So balance is first, is there. Balance is like in our open activated cords of light, and in the three Mahamarmas for our ancestors. Balance is presenting as a divine form, as something that you own. We could say like a template or an archetype, like a form of creation which is ever present and ever accessible to everyone. And what's happening is this balance is so, it opens up and it appears in the field of self, in the energy fields of the physiology, and then it refines. It falls back into the field of being. It becomes more delicate. And this process, it looks like it's appearing like a wave, where balance presents, and then it falls back into silence. And then it presents and it falls back into silence. So it's like, you could say balance is massaging the physiology from the finest levels of expression up to the densest levels of expression in these like very gentle, tender, again, that tenderness is there, these tender waves of movement of this very abstract concept. Balance at this point is an abstract concept, but it's moving. And the ancestors are getting it first. They're understanding the importance of gratitude and reverence and appreciation. They're seeing, particularly those ancestors who are not in the body, the ones who are sitting in the subtler fields of creation, that are sitting in the delicate bodies, in the subtle bodies. They understand this wave. They understand this wave to be a universal expression of divine intelligence. And they're grateful and appreciative. And that's beautiful. It's important. It's important. It's important because the relationship is set up between the indweller and the inner healer. It's set up as a relationship like a teacher and a student, where there's a reverence there. And that reverence allows the two aspects to work together in harmony. It allows the physiology and the indweller, the who we think we are, who we know ourselves to be, to start to merge or meld with this tremendously vast, powerful inner healing capacity as one being, start to come together as one being. That's what the reverence does. That's what the gratitude does.